The latest NFL trade rumors include wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Evan Lazar. Apparently, according to Mike Francesa, the Cleveland Browns want to deal OBJ. Who knows why? Obviously, he hasn't been himself there, but if he is truly on the block, should the Patriots go out and get him?
Well, I think that, obviously the Patriots could use a guy like OBJ on the roster. And I think there's another angle to this as well, that his relationship off the field with Cam Newton is really, really solid. Obviously we saw the stuff that they did with the round tables. They've worked out together all off season. So they're the best of friends, quite frankly. And Cam Newton is a guy for OBJ that's really a hero and somebody that he looks up to. So when Cam is in the room with Odell, this doesn't often happen with Odell, but Odell feels kind of second fiddle to Newton. So there's one guy, sort of like a big brother, little brother type of situation, that can get Odell to buy in and can get Odell to focus and really kind of get down to the details that you need to win football games. It might be Cam Newton. With that being said, there's a lot of injury history recently with Odell, groin, foot injuries, things like that, that to me suggest that maybe he's not quite the same player that he was before. But I think ultimately what it comes down to is this an Odell problem or is this a Cleveland/Baker Mayfield problem? And the Patriots could definitely decide that maybe this is a little bit more of a Cleveland problem. And when he comes here, he's going to be refocused and re-energized and change his tune. But ultimately, I think Cleveland's in the best interest to keep him around. He's on a very team-friendly contract. He's obviously still one of the better receivers in the league. So those guys usually don't get moved unless, like, the situation here, he's disgruntled. He's unhappy. Other than that, you usually hang on to those types of players.
Well, one other wide receiver who might even be a better fit for the Patriots is Allen Robinson. Recently, he's taken Chicago Bears out of his Twitter bio. He's erased all of Bears-related photos from his social media, which might suggest that he's disgruntled with Chicago. Should the Patriots go after him?
Well, I'd be disgruntled too if I was catching passes from Mitchell Trubisky every single week. So you can kind of understand it. But also with Allen Robinson, a big part of this conversation is he wants a contract extension that he still hasn't signed. He's on the last year of his deal right now. He's set to be an unrestricted free agent next offseason. So I know that that's a big part of the conversation here. And both of these guys, like, let's not make any mistakes about it. Both of these guys would upgrade the Patriots offense significantly. It would be huge gets for New England. Robinson, though, is a guy that's always really interested me in this particular system because he is so smart, he is so savvy, he wins down the field whether it's inside or outside with great body positioning and ability to attack leverage at the line of scrimmage and use his size and his contested catch radius and strong hands at the catch point. He is a Patriot type of receiver through and through, very versatile playmaker on that side of the ball. So I could see why the Patriots would really be attracted to Robinson. On top of that, he's only due about $10.9 million in base salary this year. That is prorated for every single game that he plays. So if they don't make a move for him, for instance, until the trade deadline, he might only have about $5-6 million of cap space left on his contract. So he can be extremely affordable for the Patriots. But ultimately, again, how much are they going to be asking for? That's going to be the big question. Belichick's already parted with a first-round pick for Brandon Cooks. That's kind of the best case scenario that we can think of a good example of him going out and extending for a wide receiver on the open market, on the trade market. Certainly in terms of free agency, he's always sort of been in that $10-11 million range being the cap for a wide receiver. So again, I think Robinson fits that mold a little bit better, but if Mohamed Sanu nets a second-round pick last year, Allen Robinson and OBJ are going to take a haul to get those guys out of their situations currently. So if disgruntled, upset, that always kind of pushes the needle a little bit more, but I think it's going to take a big kind of Godfather, blow-me-away type of offer to get either of those guys out of their current spots.
Well, for all the rest of our Patriots content, you can find it on our website at clnsmedia.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Patriots Press Pass.